So we're going to have a look at some of the joints in a really short session today. And I just want to check how your joints are doing, because this is important before you go on to do more strenuous poses. So as you can see, it's incredibly sunny outside today, so I'm going to lie in a patch of sunshine. And let's start off, first of all, with our toes. We'll do it from the base. Okay, so for our toes, if you take your socks off, and I'd like you to scrunch your toes like so. You see, just scrunching and then wriggling through. And then even if you can, separating the toes, bring them together, separating the toes, bringing them together. Okay, and then rotate the ankle joint clockwise, bring the toes towards the head and away. You're using that joint as much as possible. And we do this so that the synovial fluid is increased. The brain gets a signal to send more fluid to that joint because it's actually being used and it needs to keep nice and flexible. Then we do anti-clockwise. Okay. Lovely. You do this sitting in on a chair, obviously, and then take your other sock off and we'll do the same on the other side. So first of all, you're simply scrunching and opening your toes, like so. And then opening the toes out, wide, and then scrunching together, and then wide, and scrunching together. And then rotate, see, your ankle joint like so. So you can be doing this lying down if you wish. So you go clockwise and anti-clockwise. Okay, and then I'd like you to do the knee joint. So this is quite good to do, again, sitting on a chair or lying down. And the knee joint, I simply want you, without weight going through it, to make it that hinge joint as it is. Just relaxing it up and down, seeing how it feels. Okay, mine's got a little clump in it, but there's no pain in there. And then, of course, the same on the opposite side. And without weight bearing, it just makes it that little bit easier to exercise that joint. And of course, you could do it sitting on a chair with those resistance bands so that you work the joint a little bit more. Okay, and then let's do the hip joint. So nice big circles. Okay, and if you hear mine clunk, that's just what it does. Okay, so first of all, going clockwise, big as possible, and then anti-clockwise. Good, lovely, and then do the opposite side, clockwise, first of all, as big as possible, so that that femur going into the hip socket, you're really rotating it around maximum, and then anti-clockwise. Lovely. Okay. Don't worry if it clunks a little. If it hurts, obviously reduce the circumference of that circle. Okay, and then just pause for a moment. Breathe, rest, and come up. So just allow the legs to go out a little, just allow those hip joints to rotate out like that. That's good. And then coming up to kneeling, I'd like you to just move from side to side on those hip joints. Now, careful with your knee joint if this is feeling too sore or too uncomfortable. Do it sitting on a sofa or a chair or standing. Okay, good. And then I'd like you to do the hands, the wrists up and down, and side to side. Lovely. And then rotate. Wouldn't it be lovely if we could do this every day and rotate the opposite way? Super. Lovely. And then, I haven't really got a name for this. Swans kissing, maybe. Okay. Good. And then We're going to do the finger joints in a moment, but I just want to move down to the elbows. So palms upwards. And again, you can do this sitting on the floor comfortably, you don't have to be kneeling, on a chair, or even standing. Okay, and then shoulder joint. I'd like you to rotate the shoulder joint right through that shoulder joint. Lovely. And then do the kind of Egyptian belly dancing twist through the shoulder joint. Good. And then back stroke. And front crawl. You can feel the joint and the muscles, tendons, ligaments, they're all moving. That's what we want. We want a nice, strong sense of using the joint, and then out again, and just coming up and down, and up and down, and up and down. Looks a bit funny. Excellent. Then relax those forearms, give them a rub. I actually just had my COVID jab there, so you won't rub up there, I'll rub down here. So then I'd like you to do around the neck. So first of all, we turn to one side, look around as far as possible, and then breathing out, turn to the opposite side. And keep doing that. Lovely. Okay, and then looking straight forward, go down one ear to the same shoulder, the other ear to that side shoulder. And you'll feel that lovely stretch here. Back, back. So you can slow these down if you wish. Okay, and then breathing in, looking up, but very gently allowing the front of the throat area and neck to open up. And then doing the opposite, bringing the chin to the chest, opening up the back of the neck, drop the shoulders. Breathe in, looking up. Breathing out, chin to chest. Lovely, and then let's just do gentle neck rolls from side to side, we won't go back. And you might hear the neck crickling and crackling a little. It's okay, I tease my students that it's a sign of wisdom. Okay. Good, and then coming back to center and simply turning from side to side again. And then let's just open up the sides. So the side parts of the vertebra in the spine, those discs. Good, and then twist, and twist, and twist, and twist, and then back arch, and forward, so opening the front and the back of those discs, back arch, and forward. Lovely. And then coming up, and then let's do the finger work. So you come up close to you. So I thought this when I was about 8 or 9. And it's really, really good for the finger joint. So fingers straight, bent in, bent back, bent in, bent up, bent in, bent up, bent in, bent up. Okay, so eventually you'll get used to working the whole of that finger joint, keeping it nicely lubricated. And then you go to the next joint down, bent up, bent in, bent up, bent in. Okay. And then the ring finger, which kind of likes to go with the middle finger, unless you hold the middle finger down. Okay, and even then it's tricky. And then the little finger, up, bent in, bent up, bent in, bent up. Just keep practicing that, practice it throughout the day. And then the thumbs, bent in, bent up, bent in, bent up. And then just gently twisting and pull through the joints. Okay. Good. And then rub around the hands. And then jaw. And you can put your fingers in where the jaw joint is. That's it. Opening up. And then ogle, side to side. And that'll do for today. So that's just checking through the joints very quickly, finding out how they are. So if we did that every day, just think how each joint would be lubricated and feel happier. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening.